Namaste. Good afternoon. I'm Marcus. Today we'll be doing Yin Yoga 10 minutes. It's a short and brief introduction of what Yin Yoga is all about. We'll be doing 5 different Yin Yoga poses just to let you see how is it like. So for Yin Yoga, we may need a block to help you get into the pose. Another thing that we'll be using is a Tibetan bow. The sound is to signify the start and the end of each pose. Alternatively, if you are doing the pose on your own, you might use an app which you can download. It's called the Insight Timer, so that you don't have to get up to hit the bell each time you want to end a pose. So it's all automated. It's called the Insight Timer. So just click on the timer. You can hear the starting sound and the ending sound. You can set the bell. The sound is similar to your sound of the Tibetan bow. Okay. So how is Yin Yoga different from the usual form of yoga that we practice? Some usual form of yoga like Hatha Yoga, Yoga Flow, Vinyasa Yoga, they're working more on the muscles, requiring muscular strength to stretch and lengthen the muscles. Whereas Yin Yoga is working on your joints, your meridians, your nerves and the ligaments. It's working on the deeper internal part of your body. Also, it's meant as a form of recovery, restoration of your body after a long day of work. If you feel stress, anxiety, or simply fatigue leading to insomnia, you can also use as a relaxation. At the end of the day, you can do a Yin Yoga. It helps in your sleep, helps in your recovery. Okay, so let's go into it. The first pose we'll be doing is a standing one. It's called Dangling Pose. Another name for Dangling Pose is also Ragdoll Pose. First, you stand about shoulder width apart. Bend your knees slightly. Slowly go down into a forward bend pose. Your back should be rounded. Now place your hands on your opposites of the elbows. You drop your head down. Relax your neck, arm. You can even dangle and swing left, right. Ease into the pose. So you can get a timer and set it for about a minute. The pose is held longer than your normal Hatha Yoga poses. From the side. Relax and ease into the stretch. Do not fight against the stiffness. Simply allow the space in your body invite you into the relaxation. And what do you do during this 1 minute? And focus on your breathing. And focus and scan your body. Try to release any tightness that you might find. You can also observe the mind. Okay, 1 minute is up. Release your arms. Slowly come back into a standing position. Come into standing relaxation. If you feel any tightness on your back, simply do a arching backward back bend pose. Breathe in and out and relax. Okay, that's the first one that we do, Yin Yoga pose, Dangling Pose. Okay, next we come into a seated position for Dragonfly Pose. Spread your legs wide. It's also known as a shredder pose. Don't need to be opening too wide. You simply just want to relax into the pose. Okay. Set your block in front of you. Set your timer for 1 minute. Okay, for this pose, lean forward and relax your forehead into the block. This pose is a great way to stretch your inner thighs and your back. Breathe in, breathe out. If you feel any discomfort, just try to relax. You can adjust yourself such that you feel more comfortable and relax into the pose. Come back up. Bring your legs in. Come into seated relaxation pose. Stretch your legs out. Shake out the legs, the stiffness in your legs. Lean back, relax. Breathe. Release the tension out from the body. Okay. That's the second one. Now come to the third Yin Yoga pose. It's called the melting heart. After a long day of work in sitting position, you might find yourself having a slouching back. To reverse the slouchiness and the tightness of your chest, we do this pose. In Yin Yoga, we call this the melting heart. Come into a tabletop position. The knees are hip distance apart, the hands positioned just under your shoulder. Place this block just directly below your chest. Walk your hands forward and sink your chest into the block. Feel the opening of your shoulders, arms, chest and neck. Be holding this pose for a minute. Now let's set the timer. If you find that the block is too low, there's 3 ways to adjust. You can put it this way or higher position. So 3 ways to place the block. So I prefer the second way. Each of us, our body is different and unique. So always customize the pose to suit your body, not the other way around. The pose is to help you to get into the body. Yoga is an inward journey. You travel in, understand yourself, understand your body. Pose, you do not push the hip forward, keep the hip pointing up. Okay, 1 minute is up. Bring the arms back. Okay, after this pose, the relaxation pose will be a child pose. Simply drop your hips into your heels. Place your hands at the side of your body. Rest your forehead into the ground. Release into the stretch. Breathe. Exhale. Your body simply feels more and more relaxed after each Yin Yoga pose that you practice. Slowly come back up. Take your time, no hurry. Okay, the fourth Yin Yoga pose we'll be doing is your sleeping swan or pigeon pose in normal yoga terms we call it. Okay. Again, come into your tabletop. So you'll be bringing one foot, your right foot, forward. Okay. Sit onto your hips. Down onto the floor with your left foot pointing back. Okay. So you have a block in front for you to rest your forehead down. For this pose, I prefer to place flat, the block flat on the floor. Okay, 1 minute. Slowly lower yourself, forehead to the block or the floor. Relax your hands in front of you. Now we are practicing on the right side. Later we will switch to the other side on the left for 1 more minute. This pose is to stretch the outer thighs, outer part of your hips. It's a great way to reduce stiffness on your knees and hips after a long day of sitting. So continue to breathe. Slowly come back up to your tabletop pose. Bring back the right leg. And come back up. To your left leg forward. Sit down. Take your time to adjust yourself. Make yourself comfortable in the pose. Feel comfortable? Okay, now we come down. To rest for another 1 more minute. Breathe. Your breathing should not be fast, should not be too slow. It should be fluid, breathing in and out, rhythmic flow of your breath. Once your breathing is calm and relaxed, visualize the calmness on the surface of the lake. So you can see the reflection of the sky and the mountain. And the surface of the lake is calm. You come back to your tabletop and rest in child pose for a while. Recover. The last pose we'll be doing today is your supine twist. You'll be coming into a lying down position. Bend both of your knees. Set your timer for 1 minute. Drop both knees to the side. Up, relax your arm, relax. Find yourself position. There's a gap between your legs. You feel comfortable or supported. Place the block between the legs. This would help you to get support on your legs. The key point is to be relaxed in the pose. Feel stiffness melts away from your joint. This pose you're stretching your lower back, your spine, opening of your chest, shoulders. Okay, 1 minute up. Then we repeat this on the other side. Visualize a clear blue sky at this moment. Blue sky is like the stillness of your mind. Your mind is still. You can see the clear blue sky. Your mind is cluttered with thoughts. It's like a cloudy sky. Angry is like the dark clouds, thunderstorm. State of mind now is like a clear blue sky. Mind is clear and bright. Okay, 1 minute is up. You've done your Yin Yoga pose for today. Simply lie down, relax in Shavasana, or you may like to come up to seated position or a seated meditation pose and set your timer for 10 to 15 minutes. In your Chin Mudra, the Chin Mudra looks like this, a seated meditation pose. Or left palm under, right hand on top, touching your thumbs together. Your hands resting on top of your legs. That's how we end the Yin Yoga practice. Namaste. Thank you very much. See you at the next practice.